10 reasons why a Taurus man is the most toxic. Hey there and welcome to Taurus Horoscope, presented by Signs of the Stars. Today we are doing a deep dive into the bull-headed sign of Taurus and looking at why their men can be incredibly toxic. Every star sign can have a dark side and the potential to be toxic and cruel, but today we are focusing on the toxic masculine traits of the Taurus. But before we head into the video, please take a second to hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, and ring our bell to stay up to date and never miss another video. Here we go. Starting our list off at number 10, we have their incredibly blunt nature. Taurus are a lot like the bull they take their name from. Among other traits, they can be rather blunt, though that is unlike this bull's horns. They don't really understand the concept of saving somebody else's feelings and will always tell you the cold hard truth, often in such a way that it hurts more than it needed to. Venus is the planet that controls and leads Taurus, a planet that besides its famous linking to love and femininity is also linked to concepts of focus and desire. This shows just how much Taurus is truly blunt, often thinking of their own desires beyond anything else, with little mind for how it might affect others. This can come into reality in the form of being brutally honest with the truth, not hiding their thoughts and feelings even at the pain of somebody close to them, like a spouse or loved one, or even they can be physically brutal in the way they don't hold back when in a fight. That is why Taurus men can be seen to be incredibly toxic. Riding up to number 9 of our list on how Taurus men can be seen to be incredibly toxic is their one-directional nature. There is something to be said about the idea of a bull in a china shop, but that can get even worse when you consider how one-directional they can be. They care not for anybody else's desires, goals or hopes and will single-mindedly crash their way through trampling anything that gets in their path. Jupiter lingers in their sights, the planet of wealth and money, and eggs them on in their single-minded path. This can be incredibly toxic, as a Taurus man will not be the supportive kind and may give little care for your hopes and desires. They will push you down if it means getting your support in something, creating less of a partnership and more of them taking advantage of you without giving anything back in return. Long term, this can kill relationships and turn the situation toxic, showing you just how toxic male Tauruses can be. Number 8 on our list of top 10 reasons as to why Taurus can be so dang toxic is their aggression. Everyone has heard of the term the raging bull, and anybody who has met a Taurus can attest to this behavior, especially in the men. Once you get a Taurus angry, they can really take off and there is very little somebody can do to calm them down. They truly take on the energy of Mars into their mind here, using all that aggression the planet can offer and run with it. Taurus's aggression can come in the form of many things, but typically they have an abrasive attitude, can yell and shout like they're trying to be heard across the country. Or they take the opposite of approach of shutting down and silencing themselves but giving you angry looks, or even go so far as to show cruel behavior in ignoring or mistreating somebody. An angry Taurus can be incredibly toxic and dangerous, which shows just how toxic they can be. Now, before we continue with the countdown, we have a special treat for you. Unlock your psychic powers. Many go through life not using the powers that has been gifted to them. Most don't even know where to go to learn how to use these powers. Click the link in the video description to join the Psychic School and take your free course that will help you unleash your true powerful self. Gain the power to understand dreams and outer body experiences. Gain the power of awareness of the spirits around you and even talk to them. Learn the power to access your past life. Learn the power to do readings for yourself and others. Small disclaimer, these powers are not meant for use of evil purposes, So if you intend to use these gifts for evil or to harm others, then this message is not for you. But all others, click the link below in the video description to join Psychic School for your free course and become your true powerful self. Now back to the countdown. Moving down to number 7 on the list is how possessive they can be. Thinking about how a bull can act with his herd is not dissimilar to how a male Taurus can act with his romantic partners. A Taurus is heavily ruled by Venus, a planetary symbol of love, desire, and a symbol for femininity. This means they can in fact end up having an extreme possessiveness towards symbols of their affection and desire. This possessive behavior can show themselves in not enjoying their partners talking to other men, especially Leos as their opposing signs, trying to control their partners in terms of clothing, socialization, and more, or even going so far as to try and isolate their partners. It is incredibly important to keep an eye on your Taurus man for this kind of behaviors, as they can be very dangerous. A positively inclined Taurus can utterly destroy not only his own relationship, but also help decline the relationships you have with others. That is why a Taurus man can be the most toxic. Crashing down at number 6 on our list is their incredibly stubborn attitude. If you have ever met a Taurus in real life, and chances are you have, then you know for one thing, they can be incredibly stubborn. It is hard to get them to change both their mind and attitude towards things. They are like when a bull sees the color red. Nothing in the world could stop them from chasing that red down, like their life depended on it. If a Taurus wants to do something, they will do it no matter what you say or do. Taurus are led by Venus, but also empowered by Mars, which is all about aggressive and dominant energy, which leads to their stubborn attitude. This means it might not always be best to try and change a Taurus. Not expect them to want to change for you either, because once a Taurus has made their mind up about you, there's little you can do to change it. Now we were at our halfway point. Why don't you leave a comment about something you can be super stubborn about, and press that like button if you're enjoying the video. Laying down at number 5 on our list of why Taurus men can be so incredibly toxic is they're super duper lazy. Venus may be the planet for wealth and financial gain, but it doesn't affect their drive or sense of ambition. Taurus are much like cows themselves, in the way they won't really care for much if it's a difficult task to do so, or if there's nothing in it for them. They can be lazy, unmotivated, and unambitious. In a relationship, whether romantic or friendship, this can be incredibly toxic, as they can negatively affect your own drive, slowly pulling them in using their aura of lethargy to try and get you to be just as lazy as them. This shows just how toxic they can be, as they drag you into almost depressing levels of energy, showing you the real dangers of letting a Taurus man into your life. Crashing down into number 4 on our top 10 list is their truly uncaring nature. Taurus can be seen as rather uncaring and unloving despite their connection to Venus. This is down to the connection between their laziness and stubbornness, but it might also be down to other planets' effect on their mind and heart. When it comes to the moon, it can be incredibly distant, which shows how Taurus can have a total disconnect from traditional emotions. The moon is an incredibly gentle planetary figure connected with art, expression, and love, and sadly its connection to Taurus is weak as can be. This creates a deep disconnect within the symbol and handling their own emotions and love. This means that your average Taurus might not have the same connection to ideas of kindness and love as the other star signs. This can lead to a toxic portrayal of emotion, and so creating an incredibly toxic star sign. On his high horse as always, we have at number 3 of our list is their alpha attitude. When it comes to Taurus, as we discussed earlier, they can often see themselves as that big bull at the head of a herd of heifers. In their mind, they are in charge, and it's their way or the highway, no matter what else you might think. They will view their own opinions, thoughts, and feelings as the most important. They will put on a show of being this big, powerful, male dominant presence. This is all down to their connection to their stars showing the traits of their star sign symbol, the same as how Pisces are like fish, always drawn to water. This shows you just how toxic the star sign can be. As the runner-up on our list, we have their selfishness. They can be an incredibly selfish star sign thanks to their connection to Venus. They crave wealth in all its forms, but they are also incredibly lazy, which makes it hard for them to attain new wealth. This means that anytime they get anything, they can be very selfish with it. They don't like to share, and if you offer them any kind of generosity, they can be very demanding, taking more than you're willing to give. This can make relationships very one-sided and tiresome for any other star sign, showing you just how toxic they can truly be. And finally, at number 1 of our top 10 countdown list, we have their aggression. We already covered how angry they can get, but it's their aggression that makes them truly toxic. A Taurus is never afraid to throw a punch when their blood begins to boil. They follow their head, and they follow Mars's effects when it comes to their rage. They can be incredibly aggressive and brutal. They can be mean, raw, and fearsome in signs of their aggression. They will hit, punch, kick anything in their way. They will shove somebody who stands in their path without hesitation. They truly do embody their star sign in the way they show their physical violence using their size and shape to intimidate others. This shows just how toxic and cruel they can be, and that is why a Taurus man can be the most toxic. Thanks for watching our video, and please remember, like, subscribe, and ring our bell to never miss another video. Have a wonderful day.